So, hello everyone, this is a tutorial video about how to reach 0 CD of the special skills in the game Tale of Immortal. And this is my first time to make a commented video, and as you can probably see that I am not an English native speaker. So bear with me with my accent, and I hope I can explain everything clearly. And if you find this video helpful for this game, and please consider to like or subscribe so that I know that it is useful and I might make more of this kind of commented videos in the future. Well, let's back to the theme of this video is to reduce the cooldown of the special skill. And you can see the original cooldown of any special skill in this game is usually around 11 seconds. So here 11.2, some of them have shorter one, for example the one for Blade, here 11 seconds. And for some of them longer time, for example 12 seconds. And there are ways to reduce this cooldown to 0, and the effect is actually pretty powerful. You can probably already see from some of my videos in this channel. But nevertheless, I would like to just to showcase again how does this thing work. Let's go to the martial arts arena, which is actually a new addition in the newest Gourd patch, which is pretty nice. Now, I am simply pressing down my right mouse button, and because my special skill have 0 CD, I'm just continuing casting it. And this obviously brings really high DPS, and also it's pretty fancy. And let's come out of here and try to explain how do you achieve this. Again, there are two different ways to reduce the cooldown of a skill in this game. One is, for example, here in the third subskill. This skill's cooldown minus 3 seconds. This is directly minus 3 seconds from 11.2. So this will bring it down to 8.2 seconds. A different type is percentage-wise, and you usually find this kind of subskills in the mind skill, especially in the mastery. So mastery, so it looks like this, is a type of mind skill that will increase the crit of your character. However, increasing crit is not the most important thing of this mind skill. The most important thing is that you can see in many of these subskills here, if a legendary of mythic or mythic special skill is equipped, this skill's cooldown minus 25%. And this allows you to multiply 0.75, so which is equal to 1 minus 0.25 to the 8.2 seconds before, so to further reduce it down. And unfortunately this is multiplication, so that no matter how many stacks of minus 0.25% or something else, you can never reach it down to 0. And now you need one last thing. For example here, if you look at the last subskill here, if this skill is cast when there's only one enemy, the cooldown of this skill minus 4 seconds. Fortunately, this is a thing that the game needs to calculate the condition. So when there's only one enemy is ground, then it reduces minus 4 seconds from this thing. And this means that as long as you use minus 3 seconds like this, and a series of percentage reduction to bring the cooldown of your skill to 4 seconds. And when there's only one enemy, this will become 0. And to show that, let me just switch to a different type of special skill. For example here, this is a wood summon, a summon flower. So this kind of summon skills will never goes to 0, unfortunately. And you can see here, you do not have that subskill that, when there's only one enemy, it will reduce 4 seconds. And now let's go back to the arena and take a look. Now, I cast the skill and you can see the cooldown is actually 4 seconds. Let me just do it again. Yeah. So without that special type of subskill, you can only reduce it to 4 seconds. And even with that special type of subskill, when there are more than one enemy on the ground, you also only have 4 seconds CD. Now, of course, now we knew that there are two things. First, what kind of special skills has this special subskill that allows you to go to 0 CD when there's only one enemy present. And second question is, what are those modifiers? So like minus 25%, so that we can bring the cooldown from 8.2 seconds to 4 seconds. To answer the first question, actually, not all of them, but many of the special skills here can be done. And let me just showcase one by one. First thing is, so the best element to achieve this is Blade, because there are actually 3 different skills which can allow you to go to 0 CD. And I think Crazeblood Blade as well as Felblade, there are already 2 videos in my channel, so you can take a look at that. And now let's just look at Sever. There is one video which doesn't really reach 0 CD in my channel, but now let's see when it can do this. Yeah, this is what it looks like. And then Sword, there is the Brokenstar Sword, which I already showcased in the beginning of this video. Another type of sword skill is the Sky Shatter Sword. Unfortunately, the cooldown of this skill is like 12 seconds. And even you minus 3, it becomes 9. And 9 seconds, even with all the modifiers in this game, you cannot really bring it to 4 seconds. So unfortunately, this cannot be done. So Sword, you only have Brokenstar Sword. And then for Spear, there is Jade Spear. And I would like to showcase this case, and it's not that great. It can reach 0 CD, but not that great. So this is what it happens. So first of all, it's a bit slow. So once you press it, it will, like this, make a fan and then shoot out. Second, you can only achieve full damage when you are really this close to the target. And if you're a little bit far away, like this, probably maybe 1 or 2 spears will reach it. And the damage of this skill is also not that high, so not too great. And then there is Fist. So there's Shadowy Fist and also Mindbender Fist. So Mindbender Fist is really good. Let me just showcase it again. This is what Mindbender Fist do, and you can go really close to the target, and all of these fist shadows will hit it. And in contrast, if we switch to Shadows with Fist, which is not that great again, and you will see why soon. Yeah, this skill, it summons a series of fists from the sky, but at the same time there's only maybe 1 or 2 fists can reach the target, and also there's a delay, and it's kind of slow and laggy. There are actually quite some other type of skills are like this, which can reach 0 CD but not that great. And those 2 types are, let me just shoot here. Yes, one is Lightning Crash. This is the only one in the lightning element can reach 0 CD. But unfortunately, it's just like Shadowy Fist, not that great. And similarly, there's Sweeping Wind, the same thing. And you can see both are unleashed around 6 things forward, which means you cannot maximize the skill's effect. And there are something else like in Wind, which actually have the subskill to allow you to go to 0 CD, but they are either charged skill or continuous skill. And in both cases, they are not great. So in the end, you only have 3 blade, 1 sword, and 1 fist, which is good. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Very importantly, this skill from Finger, Spirit Steel Blast. This is the only one from Finger which can reach 0 CD, and it is really important because Finger have the Arcane Portal set when you reach Transcendent. And to make use of that set, you need to cast special skills all the time. And it is very handy to have a 0 CD one. And you can also find a video about Finger build in my channel. in that case, it's not really 0 CD because I didn't change my Tao Mind to actually bring down the CD to 4 seconds. Instead, it's around 4.4 seconds. So when there's only one enemy present, the CDs are 0.4 seconds. But it's still pretty powerful. Okay, so I think that makes everything. Now, let's go to the second question. How to bring down the CD, how to stack the modifiers. The first thing, as shown before, is mastery. You need to have the subskill that allows you to minus 25 cooldown of special skill. And this subskill does not always appear, so you might need to take a lot of save and load, but that's how this game works. The second thing, which might be even more important, is the Destiny Blood Energy 3. So Blood Energy is a type of Destiny that you need to choose from Blood Energy 1 and then upgrade to 2 to 3. So even from Blood Energy 1, what does it do? It allows you to use your HP to cast skills instead of your MP when you do not have any MP. This itself is already important because when you have 0 CD special skill, you are casting it all the time. And no matter how big your MP is, it will drain very fast. It will go to 0. So if you do not have Blood Energy, eventually you will not be able to cast a skill anymore. But not only this, Blood Energy, once you reach to 3, the third level, it gives you 25% more damage, and most importantly, minus 20% cooldown. So this is the second thing which can reduce the cooldown from minus 25 from Mastery, minus 20 from Rewrite Destiny. And with these two, 8.2 seconds already become 5 seconds. Now we just need to finish the last 1 second gap. To do that, you need 2 things. Both are a bit difficult. The first thing is a new thing which is introduced in the previous patch, so the patch which allows you to go to Reborn. So in this patch, it introduced the set effect. For example, here, the Wandering Cloud set effect, which you can get it from the Reborn stage. Let me just go to there and take a look. So once you go to the Cultivator's Alliance, and if you come to the main menu pavilion, in the menu part, you can see there are quite a lot of Reborn Realmed mind skills. So Line Breaker, nothing. Pearl Collector, nothing. Arcane, Pearl Collector. Yeah, here, for example, you can buy this Sutra from the menu, from the pavilion, which you need 2 sets. So in the case of Wandering Cloud, it is Move, aka the one to increase your attack, and Sutra, the one to increase your HP. You need to equip both of these mind skills in order to reach this set effect to reduce your cooldown 10%. And because it's the Reborn Realm level, you need to farm the book, which allows you to upgrade your mind skill as well to make it into the highest level. So, for example, here, Move and Sutra. Now, this means that you can never reach true 0 CD before Reborn, unfortunately. But, 0.4 seconds CD, it's pretty good as well. But, however, the second thing which allows you to reach that is very difficult to get, and that comes from your Tao Seed. So if you click this thing, you will find that it's a bit different probably from your character, because every single character, when they started, you have the nameless Tao Seed. So each Tao Seed will have a different effect once you go to perfection. So there are 3 types of Tao Seed which can allow you to go to have this minus 10% cooldown in this game. One is Will, and the other 2, one is I think Mindfulness and Indecisiveness, something like that. In order to change your Tao Seed is very complicated, and you first need to befriend and haven't chosen NPC who, for example, have a Will Tao Seed, and then you need to purposefully lose many times to an NPC who will not kill you but will humiliate you all the time, so that your own nameless Tao Seed will go to shatter. And once it is shattered, and when you pass the month, there is a chance that your friend who have the will Tao Seed, who need to be kind probably, and also be in good relation with you, they will actually transfer their Tao Seed to you. As you can see, it's complicated. It is depends on RNG. You need a lot of save and load, which is not that great. But also, another thing is, once you change your Tao Seed, you are limited to a series of rewrite destinies. And as you can see here, for will, you can only choose from this pool, and of course your sect destiny. The problem is, you can, if you want to something different, you cannot get it once you change your Tao Seed. So the best thing to do, you first take many of those destinies that you need. For example, blood energy is actually not in here, so you need to take blood energy first. And once you think you already get all the needed destiny, maybe around enlightenment, and then you change your Tao Seed to will, for example, you will have the final minus 10% cooldown. So with minus 10% here, minus 10% from Wandering Cloud, minus 25% from Mastery, and minus 20% from Blood Energy 3, you can reach Zero City. I know it's complicated, and many of you maybe do not want to change your Tao Mind because it's complicated. But that's okay. I think 0.4 second city is pretty good as well. But let me show you a different thing to reach Zero City in this game, which is a bit weird. Now let's switch to this skill. You know that this one can never go to Zero City, as we showed before. However, there is a bug you can use in this game. So let's choose the Tale of Immortal and choose this Heavenly Art. Goes to here, which is the one that, this one. Yes. No. Okay, so now I have this. Now let's go to Martial Arts Arena. It will take a few times before I can use my Heavenly Art. But the point is, this Heavenly Art will leave a series of spears, and within these spears, you will actually gain some cooldown special skills, but that is not the point. The point is there is a bug to use, and with this bug, you can reach Zero City for every single special skill in this game. Okay, almost there. Let's use this. Now, we use our out. Now we reach Zero City of special skills. And you can probably see why any summon special skills cannot have the subskill that give you minus 4 seconds, because this is kind of crazy. Anyways, my computer becomes super laggy, and just quit this thing out of here. So first of all, this is a bug, and also it can only last like I think around 12 seconds. So use it if you really want to, but otherwise it's fine as well. Let me switch back to my Euro setup. Okay, I think that covers everything about their city build. Okay, yeah, right. There are two things, but to do that I need to use cheat engine to change my character a bit. I will be back very soon. Okay, I am back. So there are two things I want to add about Zero City build. One thing is the Rewrite Destiny Lightning Burst. It is really good in this build because every time you cast a special skill, you have a chance to summon the lightning orbs. And when you have Zero City of special skill, your lightning orbs will be so much, it will be one entire circle. The second thing is the soul when you gain when you break through to soul formation. Jiaolong is in general a pretty good one. Not only it allows you to increase the damage, but also summons Jiaolong every 3 special skills. So, let me show you an example how to do this. And probably let's do it against the Chicken King, or King Luhua, whatever you call it. Okay, let me just check everything. We have Brokenstar Sword, we got Wandering Cloud, we got Flurry Snowflakes, and Clinking Jade. We have a Wheel, Tao Seed, and yep, alright. So there is still a bug in this game, so it sometimes, even you fulfill all the conditions, does not go to Zero City. I do not know why, but let's hope it doesn't happen. Try it again. Spar. Fighting with you. Not that way. Ah, great. That did not happen, and we have this. So, you can see that there are just too many Jiaolong dragons in this, and there is the lightning circle here. It's a bit too much. It's laggy, and you can't really see anything apart from the Jiaolong flying through. I think that's the main reason. When I showcase out of those builds, I do not use this thing. Alright, he's back. Yep. And that is done. Okay, I think that would be everything. And please let me know if there are something that needs to be improved in this video. And I hope you like it. Thank you.